Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Vietnam Stock Market Opportunities. I am so happy and grateful to all of you guys to follow our channel. And if you want to open a legal trading account, please contact us with the email Vietnamstockmarket.entry@gmail.com. Telegram Vietnamstockmarket.entry with the phone number is +84914326556. Or you can scan the QR code on the screen so that we can assist you. You can also follow and subscribe the other channel is Areca Capital channel. The owner of this YouTube channel is Areca Hồng Nguyen. She is a personal financial advisor and a Viet Capital Security stockbroker manager. You can contact her with the phone number is +84914326556 with the email home.nguyen@vcsc.com.vn. We always welcome you to our office on the 11th floor, 109 Trần Đạo Street on Kim District, Hà Nội, Vietnam. And today I would like to introduce to you about one enterprise that had the industry is real estate. Can you guess? That is NLG. NLG is a property developer with 30 years of experience. After becoming a proven low-end housing developer, NLG expanded into the mid-range and landed property segments across its land bank in Ho Chi Minh City, Long An, Đồng Nai, Cần Thơ, and Hải Phòng. Today is October the 12th, 2022, and the current price of Nam Long Group NLG is 25,150 Vietnam dong. With the current target price is 55,000 Vietnam dong. And this is a report which was collected on August the 9th, 2022 by Viet Capital Securities. And NLG with the current price is 42,150 Vietnam dong. With the current target price is 55,000 Vietnam dong. Solid backlog to drive medium-term profit growth. We reiterate our buy rating for NLG, but cut our target price by 3.5% to 55,000 Vietnam dong per share, mainly due to higher net debt balance of end Q2 2022 and our 0.5 ppt higher risk-free rate assumption. We forecast 2022 forward net profits after tax MI of 1.813 trillion Vietnam dong, $49 million plus 5% year-over-year, which is mainly driven by deliveries at Areca City Phase 1, Southgate Phase 1, and Cần Thơ, as well as the Paragon state sale. This is 9% lower than our previous forecast due to higher assumed SG&A expenses follow H1 2022 results, which are partly offset by higher than expected H1 2022 results from Areca City Phase 1 deliveries. We maintain our 2022 forward pre-sales forecast at 9.7 trillion Vietnam dong, $423 million, plus 10% year-over-year, as we increase our projected pre-sales of Mizuki Park Phase 3 and Akari City Phase 2 by 20% thanks to H1 2022 pre-sales, which is offset by our 30% cut in 2022 forwards pre-sales for Izumi City and Guntur that reflects our assumption for lower pre-sales progress compared to our previous expectation. We review our forecast for NLG's aggregate 2022 to 2024 forward pre-sales by 7% to 33 trillion Vietnam dong, $1.4 billion because we think Paragon and VSIP Haiphong may take longer to complete legal procedures and launch pre-sales than our previous expectation. Nevertheless, we maintain our positive view on NLG's medium-term pre-sales that is driven by the expected strong pre-sales at 5 current key projects: Izumi City, Southgate, Akari City Phase 2, Mizuki Park Phase 3, and Gunho. Upside catalyst: additional land bank expansion to fuel further development pipeline. Downside risk: slower than expected launch progress of key projects. Resilient housing demand supported H1 2022 pre-sales. In H1 2022, NLG recorded total pre-sales of 6.5 trillion Vietnam dong, $282 million, plus 44% year-over-year, fulfilling 67% of our full-year forecast. With contributions from new phase launches at Mizuki Park Phase 3, about 560 units launched since April, 70% pre-sold at Q2 2022, and Akari City Phase 2, 860 units launched since March, 30% pre-sold as of Q2 2022, as well as continued pre-sales at the Southgate and Guntur projects. We expect solid pre-sales from the 5 current key projects to drive our total pre-sales forecast of 9.7 trillion Vietnam dong, $423 million, plus 10% year-over-year in 2022 forwards, and 11.3 trillion Vietnam dong, $493 million, plus 17% year-over-year in 2023 forwards. Amid the recent stricter supervision from the government on real estate loans and bond assurances, NLG's strong pre-sale outlook will be a critical source of funding to support future growth. Strong backlog should drive our 2023 to 2024 forward growth forecast. In H2 2022 forward, we expect the handovers at Southgate Phase 1 and Guntur, as well as the expected Paragon stake sales to support our 2022 forward net profits after tax MI forecast of 1.13 trillion Vietnam dong, $49 million, plus 5% year-over-year, in which we expect the Paragon transaction to continue to contribute 20% of our 2022 forward PBT forecast. Meanwhile, we estimate NLG's property backlog as of end Q2 2022 at 16.3 trillion Vietnam dong, 707 million US dollar, plus 55% year-over-year, which is scheduled to be handed over primarily in 2023 and 2024. As a result, we expect that this current backlog will contribute 70% to our aggregate 2023 to 2024 forward underlying property revenue forecast. We move to the H1 2022 recap. Handovers of Areca City Southgate support earnings. Revenue in H1 2021 is 637. H1 2022 is 1,828. Year-over-year growth is 187%. 2022 forward O is 5,286. H1 as percent of 2022 forward O is 35%. Property sales in H1 2021 is 149. H1 2022 is 1,689. Year-over-year, 1,036%. 2022 forward O is 4,729. And H1 as percent of 2022 forward O is 36%. VCSC comments on H1 2022 results about property sales is mainly attributed to handovers of Southgate Phase 1, 200 units, and Areca City Phase 1, about 190 units, which accounted for 61% and 34% of NLG's H1 2022 property sales, respectively. SG&A expenses. The year-over-year surge in H1 2022 SG&A expenses was mainly due to recognized selling expenses related to the launches of Izumi City and other projects, resulting from the year-over-year higher pre-sales, as well as the deliveries of high-rise units at Areca City Phase 1. Other gain per loss. There was a non-cash revaluation gain of 429 billion Vietnam dong, about 19 million US dollar in Q1 2021 from the consolidation of Izumi City. And this is the 2022 outlook handovers at Southgate Phase 1 and Gunther expected Paragon stake sales to drive H2 2022 earnings. Property development. We increased our forecast at a higher revenue recognition at Areca City Phase 1 is partly offset by a slower delivery of Gunther compared to our previous projection. Service and leasing, mainly driven by construction services from Mizuki Park Phase 2 and Areca City Phase 1. SG&A expenses. We increased our SG&A expense forecast in accordance with H1 2022 results. We expect H2 2022 forwards SG&A expenses to be lower compared to H1 2022's high base. Financial income. We continue to expect NLG will transfer the remaining 50% stake in Areca in H2 2022. Net profits after tax MI, mainly driven by our deliveries of pre-sold units that Areca City Phase 1, Southgate Phase 1, and control as well as the stake sale of Areca. And now we move to the year 3, NLG's property pre-sales volume and value results. Year 4, NLG's total property pre-sales volume and value. NLG's property sales recognition and backlog status. Figure 6, locations of NLG's development projects. Waterpoint, Areca City, Mizuki Park, Paragon, and Izumi City. Construction and delivery pipeline of NLG's major developments and land banks. With total site area 670 hectares. Figure 8, development phases of key projects. Southgate with 165 hectares. Long An Province, NLG joint venture with Japanese partners. 50% ownership, about 3,000 low-rise units. 2 phases. Phase 1, 1,700 units. Sales launch in Q4 2019. Delivery from Q4 2020 to 2022. Phase 1, 1,300 units. Sales launch in 2022. Delivery from 2022 to 2026. The first 2 blocks of E-Home Southgate are ready to be handed over. And Izumi City with 170 hectares, Donai Province, NLG joint venture with Japanese partners, 65% and 35% ownership, 3,200 low-rise units and 3,200 condos. Phase 1, 3,200 villa per townhouse units. First office launch of 300 units in November 2021. We forecast sales of Phase 1 in 2021 to 2025 forwards. Phase 2, 3,200 condo units. Details and plan for launches are not yet available. We believe condo launches could start after 2025 forward. Mizuki Park with 26.4 hectares in Binchang District, Ho Chi Minh City, NLG joint venture with Japanese partners. 50% ownership, 4,700 units, 3 phases. Phase 1, 1,500 units. Sales launch in 2017. Pre-sold units, 100%. Delivery completed in H1 2022. Phase 2, 2,500 units. Sales launched in April 2021. Delivery from 2023 to 2024. Phase 3, 700 units. Sales launched in April 2022. Delivery in 2024 to 2026. Construction of phase 2 is on progress. And the last one is Areca City with 8.8 hectares in Binh District, Ho Chi Minh City, and LG joint venture with Japanese partners, 50% ownership, 5,200 high-rise units, three phases. Phase 1 with 6 blocks with 1,800 units. Sales launch in Q2 2019, 100% take-up rate. Delivery started in Q4 2021. Property is being handed over. Delivery in 2021 to 2022. Phase 2, 4 blocks with 1,900 units. First sales launch in March 2022. Delivery in 2023 to 2024. Phase 3, 4 blocks with 1,500 units. Sales launch in 2024. Delivery in 2026 to 2028. Phase 1 is being handed over. Construction of phase 2 is active. And we move to the part that is valuation. We continue to use the RNAV valuation methods and derive a 1-year target price of 55,000 Vietnam dong per share. We believe the RNAV valuation method is very suited to capture NLG's long-term growth potential. We value all identified land banks for projects that are under construction and under development via the DCF method, discounting estimated FCF to mid-2022. We lower our target price by 3.5% compared to our previous target price of 57,000 Vietnam dong per share, which is mainly due to, firstly, a higher net debt balance as of end Q2 2022, and secondly, higher weighted annual cost of capital as we increase our risk-free rate assumption to 6% from 5.5%. Year 9 valuation summary. Year 10 BCSC assumption for weighted annual cost of capital. Weighted annual cost of capital with previous is 9.7% and current is 9.9%. Recommendation history. Financial statements. And these are all informations we want to share with you. Hope this will be useful for you. Thanks for listening and follow our channel. Have a good day and see you next time.